may have gotten a bit carried away. Welcome back to another episode from Halcyon Heights. Yes, I've been working on the towers between episodes, and well, as you can see, we only have 2 left to complete. One down there, and the one over on the hill there. I had been avoiding them for the longest time, but once I got back into building them, I realized they were really easy to knock out. I have also been working on bringing some life into the town by moving a couple of our villagers out of the bunker. So we now have a farmer running the food shop, and another here in the bakery. I had to change the interiors a bit so that they would stay put. Now if they would just stop jumping around. Today, however, we will finish off Main Street by building the last shop complex. When complete, this one will house 3 shops for artwork, books, and exotic imported goods. But before we get to that, we have a couple other things to address. First, we have some details to finish up at the bee shop. Last episode, What's this? Important notice. Dear concerned Halcyonite, we, the Colorful Committee, would like to address your vocal concerns regarding the grey wall that surrounds our area. Grey wall? This must be new. And since when was there a Colorful Committee? We have heard complaints such as grey isn't even a color, and ew. And what an ugly grey wall. How could you do this to us? In response, we say, A. Grey is a color nerd. 1. Disclaimer. We understand that grey is actually a shade. B. Don't be mean. It's really not that ugly. And most importantly of all, C. This wall is temporary. Indeed, this wall is a temporary solution in an attempt to remove the netherrack surrounding our zone. We hope that this wall will be removed in the near future. Okay, good to know. Oh, and there's more. In the meantime, we appreciate your understanding and hope you continue to use the shops in our zone. Likewise, this is a reminder that you should open a shop in our zone and continue our efforts to make Color Zone the best and most profitable zone in the downtown district. We have great rates, just 1 diamond block per month. 1 diamond block per month? What are they talking about? I paid my fee for the land. There's nothing in the downtown rules about taxes. Maybe this is a typo. Let's see what else the book has to say. We have great rates, just 1 diamond block per month, and we promise to reinvest these into shops within the district as we continue to grow our infrastructure. To conclude, this supposed ugly wall is temporary. Thanks for not being mad at us, and happy shopping. Kindest and most colorful regards, Ginger, Rubik's, and Tadpole, the Colorful Committee. Oh, they're the ones who signed up for the Colors District. This makes sense now. I had forgotten about those. Perhaps we should look into doing something for the one we signed up to. Wait, let's not get distracted. We have other things we need to address. First off, what do they mean by not be mad? About the wall or about the taxes they're trying to slip in? I honestly feel this is a mistake. Right, first things first, let's do what we came here to do. Last episode, I asked for suggestions for a shop name. There were a few suggestions, but I think Your Bee's Needs is really clever. So let's build ourselves a sign. A little bit of dye. And we have our shop, Your Bee's Needs. We also need to... What's this? Dear Princess Sanity, our humble citizen, we would like to sincerely thank you for choosing us to host your shop in the downtown district. We hope we can give you everything your heart desires. The Colorful Committee. Okay, we will get back to that in a second. As I was saying, we need to name this guy and get him some new clothes. I think given these new developments, what with taxes and all, we may need some muscle here, so I think we will name him Buff, and he will be shop security. There we go. Buff. Odaxidale Security Force. As for clothes, I think a light blue carpet will indicate his status as an Odaxidale employee. Unfortunately, I don't have any on me at this moment, so we'll have to come back and grab that later. I'm sorry. Alright, now to deal with this. We hope to give you everything your heart desires. Well, right now, I desire some answers to this supposed tax situation. I wonder where I can leave a note. Let's check the map to see if they have some sort of corporate office. There appears to be a building back there. What does that say? Color Cartoon District. Well, that is the only thing labeled, so let's try there. I guess this is the wall that they're talking about. Talk about dedication splitting the ravine in half. Anyway, let's find this building so we can maybe leave a note and get on with the other stuff we need to do. Well, it says HQ, so that seems promising. Color Cartoon District Headquarters. Yep, this seems like the place to go. A bit sparse, and this floor is terrifying. Alright, let's leave a note. Dear Colorful Committee, thank you for the warm welcome to your district. I look forward to helping this district flourish. To that end, though, I am confused about the mention of a 1 diamond block fee per month. Is this perhaps a mistyping of the one-time fee for land purchase? Your humble business owner, Princess Sanity. P.S. The wall looks great. There we go. I figure it's a good idea to get on their good side. Now let's just put a lectern here, a book on, and put our banner behind, and we will see what they have to say. Phew. Now that we're finished with all that, which took much longer than I thought it would, we have one other thing to look into before we get to finishing off Main Street. Last episode, we had visions of what looked like a bunch of people worshipping beetroot. Now I've been thinking about the rooms they were in, and I think I know where they are. See, they were in very dark rooms with red accents, just like this one. So I think they may be somewhere in the church basement here. Cubers. What in the nether is that? This looks very familiar. Yes, this is exactly what was in the vision. So we have these guys worshipping, and an area over here where they are growing beetroot. What is over here? Cult of the beetroot seed. Cubers. Ah, well that's what cube. Welcome, Initiate. By reading this book, you have officially become a member of the Cubers. Oh crap. Maybe nobody heard me. Your mission is to live by the way of the beetroot seed. Love it and protect it. Promote it to others. Beetroot is love. Beetroot is life. Okay. Nobody is rushing to put robes on me or shove beetroots into my hands. So maybe we'll just back our way out of here. and pretend this never happened. Now, after all that, we can finally get to building. Just like with the other builds along Main Street, I had no concrete plans going in, but I did use some of my experience and ideas from the other buildings to approach this one. As such, I decided to tackle the building by defining the entrances first, and even though this is ultimately one building, I also defined the extent of the separate shops early on. The initial challenge for this build was the weird shapes that I had defined, especially for the shop closest to the central square. The next struggle came with the roof lines. This is always a bit of a sticking part for me. And in this build, I really struggled with the concept of the roofs overlapping and not necessarily being confined to an individual shop. For example, the central roof line actually extends over the interior of the shop to its right. At one point, I ended up defining most of the central store interior structure before I could finish the rest of the build. Bit by bit though, everything slowly came together. And just like that, Main Street is done. I'm very happy with how this final building turned out. I know I've said that about all the other builds, but it is true. While the time lapse was just a few minutes, this took me well over 7 hours to complete. And we still have interiors to do in the art shop and the exotic goods shop. The bookshop, however, is pretty much fully decorated. I also like the atmosphere in the town as we walk down Main Street, the side streets, and the alleyways. In the future, I want to add more of these details to make it seem even more atmospheric. We still have more shops to complete, including the apothecary back here, and the shops beside the tavern. But that is something for another day. This has been a jam-packed episode, what with the tax situation downtown, our possible accidental joining of a cult, and completing Main Street. Next time, we'll see what the Colorful Committee has to say regarding our note, and hopefully nothing will come from reading that book. But I guess only time will tell. But until next time, stay floofy, my friends, and I will see you sometime in the future.